Yeah, I've got 3 bottles of this one. Hey everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome back to the channel. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing my top 12 favorite holo taco polishes of all time. This was surprisingly difficult to do. I decided to grab things in color categories because if left to my own devices, I probably would only have like pinks, blues, greens, a couple of golds, yellows. I picked polishes in each color category with the exception of black and white because none of Holo Taco's black or white polishes are my favorites.
I don't like it.
So I didn't want to add them for that. If you like this type of content, don't forget to give the video a big ol' like, leave a comment, subscribe, all the things. Because if people like this style, I will do a couple more from other brands. This video is not in any way sponsored, but some of the polishes I did receive in PR. This is kind of like a mixture of things that I purchased from the brand and things that I received in PR. So let's just get into it. For the pink category, I was really having a hard time narrowing it down to just one pink. So the first pink I picked up is Hot Wire Pink. This is like a hot pink / magenta leaning linear holographic. Holo Taco's linear holo formula is absolutely phenomenal. To this day, I'm still shocked that they retired any of the OG linear holos. I am fairly confident that Hot Wire Pink was in the first rainbow collection. I think, maybe. I don't remember things well, so maybe. I consider Hot Wire Pink one of my go-to hot pink linear holographics. I have a whole lot of them, but this one I reach for fairly regularly. I just reached for it in my recent Holo Taco review. This is a 1 coater, but I always wear it in 2. But the linear holo flame on this is absolutely phenomenal. I absolutely love this shade of pink. Even though I still think that linear holographics with shimmer are more superior to just a regular schmegular linear holographic like this one, I just absolutely love how this looks. It's just so pretty. If you have not yet already tried any of Holo Taco's linear holo formulas, I would say all of them with the exception of the white one from one of the anniversary collections. They're all really, really good.
You know, that's just my opinion.
For my red category, I initially picked up Party Punch, and then while I was swatching it, I realized that it's kind of a pinky red, so it's not like a true red. I'm keeping it in here because I really like this formula a lot. So Party Punch is a pinky red shade with a ton of different holographic glitters. And I think there might be some metallic glitters in here. I'm seeing that on the bottle. I generally wear this shade in 3 coats, but I feel like you can get decent coverage for it in 2. Even though I recorded my live swatches for this one yesterday, I don't remember how many swatches I did for the live swatch. So you guys can count, it's there on the side. So after realizing that the polish that I picked out for the red category wasn't like a real red, I decided to grab another polish, and that one is Holo Taco's Favorite Sister. So Favorite Sister is in the Frosted Metals formula. I feel like for the people who like Frosted Metals, it's top tier, and I feel like a lot of people don't like the Frosted Metals. This one came out 3-ish Halloweens ago. So the reason why I picked out Favorite Sister for this is largely because I feel like I was kind of sleeping on the Frosted Metals formula for quite a long time. I didn't pick up the ones that were originally released. I think it was either Favorite Sister or the purple Frosted Metal in one of the royalty trios. One of those were kind of what I credited as my, oh wow, Frosted Metals are actually kind of pretty. I feel like they look very ugly and flat in photos. And I feel like even in videos, you don't see all of the beautiful dimension that you get on the nail with these. These are definitely in the category of you have to unfortunately try one to see how pretty they actually are. So the Frosted Metals have a whole variety of flakies. For this particular one, there's red tones, and I believe these also have real silver in them. Unfortunately, because of the silver flake that they use for the Frosted Metal shades, they have a tendency to tarnish. The purples and blues seem to suffer the most when it comes to the tarnishing, but I did receive this one from Holo Taco in PR when Favorite Sister got released as with Christine and her sister's birthday release, I think that was. And mine looks the same as it did when I originally swatched it. So I would say if you want to try a Frosted Metal, this one seems to be a pretty safe bet. So long story short, I had a really hard time deciding in the orange family what Holo Taco was going to be my favorite. From all the oranges that I have from the brand, there aren't really any that I reach for consistently, with the exception of Xyler the Cat. And the reason why I didn't pull out Xyler the Cat is because I bought 2 bottles of Xyler the Cat. One was on accident, we're not going to talk about that. and I have two different colors of it, and I wasn't sure which one is the correct color. I'll put both bottles here in case anyone's nosy and wants to see. And honestly, I feel like I've only worn Xyler the Cat twice since it initially came out when I bought them. And bottle service, however, I have worn this 4 times for this year alone. So I decided to put this kind of like orangey kind of gold as my orange shade because no one's telling me I can't, so I did. Bottle service is a really interesting shade. This is a very kind of like marigoldy kind of gold. So like I'm counting it towards the orange because like it's a little orangey. It's not like a true gold color in my personal opinion. It has very metallic-y vibes, and it also has like a whole bunch of holographic glitter in here. I have just worn this so many times this year. For whatever reason, I just keep reaching for it. So I wanted to include it in this video because if you were unaware, I've got over 6,000 bottles of nail polish, and I spent pretty much all of last year wearing polishes for the first time without repeating things. And this year I have let myself repeat wearing things because like if I like it, I'm gonna wear it. I absolutely love bottle service, especially as like an accent nail. That's what I've been largely wearing it as. I feel like before I started my blog, like almost every single manicure I wore, I had like an accent nail. I am very fond of like a little gold accent nail for my ring finger. Bottle service has really come in clutch this year. I think I'm gonna put this on like my favorite polishes of the year list, just because like I keep reaching for it over and over again. For my yellow shade, I am once again cheating because no one said that I can't do that. For my yellow, I'm actually picking a gold.
Surprise, mother.
And that means I'm picking gold play button. Why Holo Taco discontinued this, I do not know. I feel like it's a crime, and whoever decided that this needs to go
right to jail.
Gold play button is a holographic micro glitter bomb. This has multiple different sizes of gold hex glitters. I think there might even be like some gold metallic glitters in here as well. But there's just like a whole bunch of sizes. And I'm fairly confident this is also in a clear base, that all the color you're getting is in fact from the glitters. And I absolutely love this. This one was originally released in the Holidays collection. I think it was like the first one they did. And it was a really fun release. And I'm fairly confident it was last year when they discontinued the whole thing. I feel like myself and others, when they decided that they were going to be discontinuing this, I thought that we were going to get like a new like holiday collection with like all these fun glitters. I don't feel like we gotten that.
Disappointed!
I am personally of the belief that like nope, that very few polishes are like truly unique and everything gets duped. So like in my own collection of someone who absolutely loves gold glitter, I've got like a ton of holographic gold glitters, but like, I don't know. I really wish this didn't get discontinued. It's just a really fun glitter. Cheating again. I actually pulled out 2 greens. And the reason why I pulled out 2 greens is because I couldn't decide on a green. So I went with, once again, which greens from Holo Taco that I have worn the most. So the first one I picked out is Not Pressed. This is a prugly kind of, not quite pistachio, but not really chartreuse either. I don't know what color would I describe this as. It's not chartreuse, like it's definitely green, but it does have some yellow in it, but it's not like pistachio either. Avocado maybe? You know, like that ugly 70s green? That's this, and I freaking love it. This is a super prugly shade, but I will warn you now, this one is a stainer. I wore this a lot last fall and into the winter, and every time I wore this, my nails were stained. But I kept wearing it because like I still love this color so much. It is just so ugly, and I love it to pieces.
This is disgusting. I like it though.
If you are new here and unaware, I absolutely love like ugly nail polish shades. I just love them. There's just something about like a color that just like is a little bit ugly looking that like I really enjoy it. But yeah, I'm fairly confident that Not Pressed also got discontinued because y'all didn't buy it.
You can all suck it!
I hate that for us, guys. This should not have been discontinued. This is such a fun shade, but like I feel like a lot of the Holo Taco customer base, I feel like there's a lot of y'all who aren't super adventurous in your colors, and like I hate that for you. I wish you were just like a smidge more adventurous, y'all. Just live a little, just do something weird. For my second green, I actually pulled out Everything is Pine. This was also originally released in the Holidays collection. And if you're wondering why I'm not saying the release for every polish, is because I can't remember. They all came out a while ago, how about that? But Everything is Pine is like the perfect Christmas green for like a micro glitter. Similar to Gold Play Button, this one is a micro glitter polish that has a whole variety of green holographic glitters. And also I think some metallic green glitter in here as well. I am not a super strong seasonal polish wearer, as you can tell by my manicure. And for this particular shade, I think I wore this twice this last Christmas season. And again, for someone who has a collection as large as mine, I feel like it's very telling when I wear something multiple times. So Everything is Pine is on the list. I love the shade of green, but sadly, this is also discontinued. The teal category was the easiest one for me to decide which one to pull out, and for that I pulled out Existential Crisis. Existential Crisis is my all-time favorite Holo Taco shade. I have a really great story behind this one. So when Existential Crisis originally got released, I had not yet purchased anything from Holo Taco. And so I was watching Christine's live stream while I was making breakfast. And I'm looking at the swatches like, ooh, that's really good. And so I was going back and forth, and I added it to cart. I'm like, am I gonna buy it? And what ended up happening is I stopped watching the live stream to go finish breakfast, have breakfast, talk to my husband, yada, yada, yada. And when I remembered to go back to the website, it was sold out. And Existential Crisis was originally a limited edition birthday polish. And you know, once it was gone, it was gone. However, a couple of years ago, one of my lovely viewers named Alicia actually sent me their bottle of Existential Crisis. This is gonna sound a little crazy, but even though I had a bottle of it, I was scared to use it because like I had such a hard time finding a dupe for it that like I pretty much wore it like once or twice and then never wore it again because I was scared of it like using it all up. And so last year for the holidays, they brought this one back. I remember reading the email and I didn't know if it was like a one-time thing just for the holidays or if it was gonna be back. I panic bought 2 bottles.
Oh my God!
I thought it was limited edition and wasn't gonna be around. Color me surprised when it is still in fact in stock. It was not in fact limited, one time, nothing. It was just back. So, yeah, I've got 3 bottles of this one. You know what? I say that I've got 3 bottles, but I might have given one away in a giveaway. I can't remember if I gave one away or not. I might have, because like I don't need 3 bottles. I try not to buy backups as a general rule. I remember when I bought the 2 bottles, it was largely a panic buy. I only really wanted one, but I forgot to describe Existential Crisis, didn't I? Existential Crisis is like a bluish, but kind of leans like a little bit teal base. It has like a red, gold, green kind of shimmer as well as little holographic hex glitters. Like in essence on its own, I wouldn't say it is like incredibly unique, but I don't own anything exactly like it either. Like I'm for sure that there's been some kind of dupe of it at some point, but I don't know of one. For a little while, I actually had hoped that Holo Taco would release like a whole like collection of like sister polishes to this. They don't seem to be doing that, but I will say they do seem to be leaning very strongly in like doing these kind of multi-finish polishes. Also, I forgot to get a drink. Let me go get a drink. I'm thirsty. So today's beverage is Alani Nu's Orange Kiss. Good. Also, this is not sponsored. These people don't know who I am. I also cheated for my blue category. For blue, this was another color category that I knew right away what I was going to pick. And I feel like for those of you who once again know my color preferences, I feel like this is gonna be another easy one to guess. And for that, I picked up Royalty Blue as my blue. Royalty Blue is a rich royal blue cream. If memory serves correct, I believe Royalty Blue was reformulated at some point. I think a lot of the early creams were reformulated at some point. Based on my bottom label of this one, I'm very confident that this is the reformulated one. This is like the old new label. Before Holo Taco switched to like square labels, this is like the old round label. This is a super bright and beautiful blue. I absolutely love blue shades like this. These kind of royal blues, cobalt blues, cerulean blues. There is something about cream shades or just any nail polish in particular, but like creams really get me every single time. If you missed it, here is my swatch ring of just like blues in this color scheme, just to give you an idea when I say I love blues like this. These are just like my creams in this color, just so you could understand when I say that I love it, I love it. I don't know why I love this type of color so much, but I really, really do. I kind of cheated for purple. I feel like I cheated for a lot of, you know what? No, it's not cheating, because who's gonna tell me no? Who's gonna tell me no? Nobody, that's who. So for my purple, I whipped out Cool Cat Mom. In my defense, when I looked down at this and saw the cabochon on it in my drawer, I thought it was purple. I realized when I was swatching it that the base is actually more blue than anything, and it's the magnetic pigment in here that's actually more purple. But I honestly couldn't think of what purple from Holo Taco that I've reached for the most. And so that's why I kept this one in here, because like I know for sure that I've worn this after swatching it. So this is like a Blurple leaning polish with the base seeming a lot more blue, but the magnetic pigment is definitely like purple with like a little color shifty yellowy green moment. There also seem to be blue reflective glitters in here, but I had a really hard time getting them to show up. For the last color shade, I pulled out Choco-holo, which, shocker, was also originally released in the Holo Days glitter collection. This is a brown jelly base with gold holographic glitter. I'm sure you've gathered from this video, from any of my videos really, I am a sucker for gold anything. And there's something about gold as an accent color in a polish that I feel like adds like a fanciness level. And I feel like my favorite color combinations for gold, pink and gold, green and gold, and brown and gold, I would say are like top tier gold combinations. And Choco-holo is absolutely stunning. I am also super sad that this one has been discontinued. I feel like Holo Taco's customer base does not really mess with brown super often, which is really a shame because they tend to do them really nicely. I surprisingly had a hard time deciding on what brown I was going to pick, but I decided to go with Choco-holo because this is the one that like I've worn the most. Like when I bought this release, like I immediately put this one on. So I realized after I swatched all of these shades here that I actually had 11 polishes. I was aiming for 10 originally, so I decided I needed an even number, so I decided to use a topper. So when deciding on which Holo Taco topper I was going to put in my top favorites, I was trying to decide between which one that I've used the most, which, in case anyone's curious, I've probably used the Silver Reflective Taco the most, followed by the first anniversary Holo glitters. Those are probably like the ones that I've used the most. But even though those are the ones that I've used the most, I decided I was gonna put Shooting Star Taco in as my favorite Holo Taco topper. This one just came out like a week ago. I haven't worn it for personal wear yet. I've just watched it for the video. But the reason why it made it into my favorites is because I love chunky glitter. And I feel like I am very likely to wear Shooting Star Taco for fun at some point. So it made it onto the list for that. So if you didn't see my review of this, this is a clear base topper with silver holographic star glitters and at least 3 different sizes of silver holographic hex glitters. It is, in my personal opinion, it has the perfect ratio of like chunky glitters to smaller size glitters within the base, where it's really easy to kind of move the stars around to where you want them to be if you want to do glitter placement. If you don't want to do glitter placement, you still get a decent amount of stars out. Is it unique to my collection at all?
No.
There is something about a silver holographic glitter topper that like let's just say I cut myself off from buying them because it's kind of at the point where I have so many. And like star glitters in general, like I love star glitters. Like, I mean, you can tell all of my collaboration shades with Sweet and Sour Lacquer all have stars in them. I really like star glitters, but I'm at the point now where I just have so many silver holographic chunky glitters and like small glitters that like they in essence from like arm's length away, they kind of look the same. Like you have to like look closely to see the differences. And I feel like if I have that many, I can realistically say to myself, I don't need to buy more. So that is it for my top 12 favorite Holo Taco polishes. I would love to know what everyone's favorite Holo Tacos are. If there are any brands that you would like me to do of, you know, drop them in the comment section. Before we end today's video, I want to give a very special shout out to my channel members. Shenanigans, Stormy fans, your names of course all on the screen right now. If you would like to sign up for my channel memberships, there is a link for that in the description box, or you can click join next to the subscribe button, you know, all the things. So just thank you all for joining me for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a lovely week and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
I ain't looking at the clock, still ballin' like Bry. Yeah, I'm headed to the Bucks, then I'm ballin' like yeah.